You're exhausted, you've got sleep apnea symptoms. But because you don't use a CPAP machine, the VA tells you your claim doesn't count? Let me tell you something, that's false. And today, I'm going to show you how to win your sleep apnea claim, even without a CPAP. Look, the VA makes this whole process about as clear as a glass of pond water after a hippo dipped its toes in it. They want you to think you need a CPAP strapped to your face 24/7 just to get them to acknowledge you can't breathe properly at night. But it's simply not true. In this video, we're going to rip apart the VA's sleep apnea playbook like a bored toddler with a pack of crayons let loose on a pristine white wall. We'll show you why a CPAP isn't the be-all and end-all, what medical evidence actually holds weight, the #1 mistake that gets these claims tossed faster than a hot potato at a pie-eating contest, and how other veterans just like you are getting 30%, 50%, even 100% disability for sleep apnea. Let's cut through the bureaucratic fog thicker than pea soup and get you what you earned. Right off the bat, let's address the elephant in the room, or rather the CPAP machine they seem to think you sleep with every night. The VA acts like this thing is Excalibur and you need to pull it from the stone to prove your worthiness. Here's the thing. The VA's own dang rating schedule has a 30% rating specifically for persistent daytime sleepiness and other lovely symptoms. Notice how it doesn't say you need a device surgically attached to your face for that? That's because you don't. Yes, the 50% rating mentions a CPAP, or breathing assistance. But that doesn't mean the 30% is off the table if you're not hooked up to a machine like some sort of wind instrument enthusiast. The real trick, and it's a bit of a sneaky one, is proving the diagnosis is legit, and those symptoms are cramping your style more than a pair of too tight pants at a Thanksgiving feast. Think of it like this. You wouldn't show up to a court case with just a hunch, you'd bring the evidence. The same goes for your VA claim. You need to show them the receipts, the medical proof that sleep apnea is real for you, CPAP or no CPAP. Alright, so we've established that the CPAP is not the holy grail of sleep apnea claims. So, what in the name of Uncle Sam are these folks looking for? First and foremost, they want a real, bona fide, no-foolin' medical diagnosis. Think of it like this. You wouldn't diagnose yourself with a hangnail, let alone sleep apnea, right? You'd go to a professional, and that's what they want to see. Proof you've been to a medical professional who can back up your claim. The gold standard here is a sleep study, you know, the one where they hook you up to more wires than a NASA control room, and analyze your sleep like you're the Zapruder film. But don't worry, even home tests or notes from a specialist can help your case. Now, here's where things get interesting, and by interesting, I mean this is where the VA tries to pull the rug out from under you. They want to see that your sleep apnea is connected to your service. But Paul, I hear you cry, what if I wasn't diagnosed while I was dodging bullets and eating questionable MREs? That's a fair point, and thankfully the VA has somewhat begrudgingly acknowledged that things happen after you leave service. You can still win your claim if your sleep apnea is a direct result of your service, was made worse by your service, or, and this is a big one, is a side effect of something else you're already rated for. Think PTSD, anxiety, even weight gain from an injury. That, my friends, is your golden ticket, your backstage pass, your key to the executive bathroom. Now let's talk about this whole secondary connection thing, because honestly it's the MVP, the star player, the Beyoncé of VA sleep apnea claims. Think of it like a domino effect. Let's say you're dealing with PTSD, which, let's be honest, is about as fun as a root canal performed by a mime with a rusty spoon. PTSD messes with your sleep, right? Nightmares, insomnia, the whole shebang. That disrupted sleep can lead to, you guessed it, sleep apnea, or make existing sleep apnea even worse. Or maybe anxiety is your unwelcome companion. That constant state of fight or flight sends your cortisol levels through the roof, which can mess with your breathing and, you guessed it, contribute to sleep apnea. Even medications can be the culprit here. Some have side effects like weight gain, and as anyone who's ever looked at a food pyramid knows, weight gain can trigger or worsen sleep apnea. The point is, if you have a primary condition that's already service-connected and sleep apnea came along later like an uninvited guest who overstays their welcome, you've got a strong case for a secondary claim. Don't let the VA tell you it's all in your head. Connect those dots, my friend, and show them this ain't just a coincidence. Okay, so you don't have a CPAP machine, maybe you find them unfashionable, maybe you're holding out for one bedazzled with your service emblem. Whatever the reason, don't panic. You've got options. First, if you've got a recent sleep study, Even if it's from a civilian doctor, that's gold. It's like having security camera footage of your sleep apnea in action. Next, any notes from a pulmonologist or sleep specialist are your best friend. These are the medical professionals who know sleep apnea inside and out, like they've been on a deep dive into its deepest, darkest secrets. But here's the secret weapon: lay statements. Remember how I said the VA wants to see how sleep apnea impacts your life? This is where you bring in the reinforcements. Get statements from your spouse, your partner, your roommate, even your pet parrot if they're a particularly observant bird. Have them describe your symptoms. The snoring that could rival a freight train, the gasping and choking in the night, the way you fall asleep during dinner despite the fact that you haven't eaten all day. These personal accounts add color and context that medical records just can't capture. And don't forget those buddy letters. If your comrades from service can attest to your fatigue, your snoring that shook the barracks, or the time you nodded off during a particularly riveting game of spades, those stories are worth their weight in gold. Alright, let's talk about the elephant graveyard of VA claims, the Bermuda Triangle of paperwork, the place where good intentions go to die, the reasons why claims get denied. The number one reason: no formal diagnosis. It's like showing up to a baking competition with a recipe but no actual cake. Get that sleep study, get those specialist notes, and make sure it's all documented tighter than a drum. Next up is the "I didn't explain my symptoms" trap. Look, the VA isn't known for its intuition or empathy. They're not going to connect the dots for you. Don't just say, "I'm tired." Say, "My diagnosed sleep apnea causes excessive daytime fatigue, making it impossible to hold a job or engage in basic activities." Paint them a picture, folks, and make sure it's in high definition. And speaking of connecting the dots, missing that secondary connection angle is like forgetting the punchline to your best joke. If your sleep apnea wasn't diagnosed in service, find that link to your existing conditions. It's there, I promise you. Finally, and this is a big one, don't try to fight this battle alone. The VA claims process is about as much fun as a tax audit conducted by a mime who only communicates through interpretive dance. It's confusing, it's frustrating, and it's designed to make you want to give up. Alright, let's break this down into bite-sized, actionable steps, because I know you're busy people. You've got naps to take, after all. Step 1, get diagnosed, go to a doctor, get a sleep study, get a note from a specialist that says, yes, this person has sleep apnea. Think of it like getting a permission slip from a medical professional to proceed with your claim. Step 2, connect it to your service. Did it start in service? Was it made worse by service? Is it a side effect of another service-connected condition? This is your smoking gun, the link that ties everything together. Step 3, gather your evidence. Lay statements, buddy letters, medical records, the works. Think of it like building a case for the world's most boring but important court case. Step 4, and this is crucial. Tell your story. Don't just submit a pile of paperwork and hope for the best. Write a clear, concise narrative that connects the dots for the VA. I developed sleep apnea due to weight gain from a service-connected back injury. Here's the timeline, here's the evidence, and here's how it affects my life. Make it impossible for them to ignore you. And hey, if this all seems overwhelming, don't worry. Head over to www.vetmentori.com and check out the Claim Optimizer. It's like having a team of VA claim ninjas in your corner, helping you craft the strongest claim possible. Just because you don't have a CPAP doesn't mean your sleep apnea doesn't count. You've got options, you've got rights. And now, you've got the roadmap, like this video if you're fighting for your claim. Let's show the VA that we're not going to let them get away with this nonsense. Drop a comment if you've had sleep apnea symptoms without support. Let's raise awareness. And subscribe for more real VA claim advice that cuts through the confusion. Head to www.vetmentori.com now, and let's get you rated the right way. Don't let the VA treat you like an old boot. You deserve better.